Hi, I'm John Bell. I'm the Managing Director of Ogilvy's 360-degree digital influence team, which is our social media and word-of-mouth marketing business. We're a global team, and what I wanted to do today was really share with you a little bit about what we do, how we do it, what's important to us in social media marketing. And hopefully the outcome will be you'll want to reach out to us and work with us. When I think about what we do, we want to grow remarkable brands. I mean, literally remarkable brands that people talk about, that they share, that they recommend, that they pass along, participate with, and rave about. At its core, that's what we do. So what's the elevator speech? When I think about it, we engage influencers and grassroots consumers to spread word of mouth about the brands and issues that they care most about. So we actually use an integrated approach to social media marketing, which is really there to scale a new form of earned media. That is word of mouth, right? That's the most trusted source for purchase decision and opinion in the marketplace today and across the globe. We're a global network of social media marketing and communication experts with experience, and that's the part that I think is most important. We deliver strategy, measurable programs, and enterprise change for clients who need a disciplined approach to applying social media to their business. We are about marketing communication programs in the field and helping our clients change to apply social more meaningfully across their business. That's what we do at our heart and core. If I were to kind of punch out three things from that to talk about today, one is influence planning. One is that integrated mention I had before, and the last is that experience. So let me tell you a little bit about influence, because I think this is a big deal for me, and it's making us think differently about how we plan communications programs at large, not just in social media. What's going on? I mean, we all know this. Facebook peaked over 500 million users worldwide. 58% of online users globally have created some sort of social networking profile. That's just a nugget, an indicator of all sorts of massive scale of change all around the globe as consumers in many, many markets adopt in their own way use of social media and new digital behaviors. So that's going on. Meanwhile, 25% of search results for the top 20 brands are links to user-generated content. So just think about that. All that social media out there is ending up in the place all of us go to first on the web. In this marketplace, it's Google. China, that'd be Baidu, and other markets have different search engines. So there's all this conversation, there's all this stuff showing up for our brands in search, and the reality is it's not a fad, you know? This is really a fundamental shift in the way that people are communicating and the way that brands need to adapt and communicate as well. But it's now a global shift, which is this idea of, well, it's a shift in trust, right? So it's a shift in trust in many markets around the world, away from traditional marketing and traditional media to the people we know and the peers that we meet online and the people we identify with online and the strangers with expertise we find online. So think about it in China. 31% in a survey said an online comment from a stranger with experience would actually influence their purchase decision. This was around a CPG product. That wasn't true 24 months ago in China. We all feel this and see this in our own markets. In the United States, 5% of US moms trust advertising, 34, almost 50% trust online friends, and again, strangers with experience and strangers with expertise. So the shift is monumental. And what it's causing us to do is to think about how do we manage programs around influence. So there's two predominant kind of theories of influence. One is around the influencer, that there's someone out there who is more influential around a certain topic amongst their connections. There's an opposing, or it's been positioned as an opposing model, which is the network dispersion model, which says that it's not about that influential individual, it's about a large group of connected people. And the reality is, it's both. So we plan around a node and a network model right now in terms of trying to identify and engage with influencers, but as well as activating a larger grassroots group. And what's interesting is when you think about the science of influence, there's a lot there that we can work with. So what drives influence? There are 6 drivers. These were developed by Cialdini well before social media. Reciprocity, consistency, social proof, liking, authority, scarcity. Understanding them and how they apply to social media helps us not just kind of know what's going on, but it also helps us, well, actually make them more influential and help our influencers succeed in terms of connecting with others about the brands that they care about. So take it one step further. Almost every act an influencer can take online is some form of word of mouth, right? So if they're commenting or something, tweeting about something, posting a blog post, passing along a video, sending an email to a friend, all of that comes with the implicit or explicit endorsement of that person. So how can we spark word of mouth around brands and drive action? That brings up 7 drivers of word of mouth. Credit due here to Emmanuel Rosen. This has been adapted from Emmanuel. We've actually added a little bit to this. But these 7 steps are kind of the recipe for what makes brands remarkable. And this is how we build predictable programs in a highly unpredictable environment. Do we have a great story? Can people show their involvement in some way? Can they be visibly called out? Do we offer them something new to talk about? Do we give them some value? We talk all the time about giving them some type of engagement value, or we often say value exchange. What are they getting out of the relationship, if you will? And finally, do we actually remind people to spread the word? So if we follow these steps, we end up being a lot more successful in our programs. So that's kind of a snapshot of how we start to think about influence.